Hi everyone, this is Miss Philosophy. As those of you who subscribe know, I'm just doing a quick video just to give you a brief history and tell you, well, convey to you why it is light-skinned women should stay on their pedestal forever and why it is important. So let's get into this. I did a PowerPoint, so let me just bring this up. Just going to be a quick video, guys. I'm still not au fait with all of the technology, but one is learning. Okay, so here we go. Right, okay, light-skinned women stay on your pedestal. Now, the first thing you're going to say is, oh, Miss Philosophy, what's a pedestal? So, what is a pedestal? Well, according to the definition, the pedestal is the base or support in which a statue, obelisk, column is mounted, and it's similar to a plinth, a base, a support, bottom, bed, foot, substructure. So in essence, it's something which is tangible, something of substance, something which is in reality. Also, it can be used as reference. So part two is used in reference to a situation in which someone is greatly or uncritically admired. So in some cases, when you idealize someone, when you exalt them above you, when you ionize them, heroize them, aggrandize, look up to, respect. And that is another instance in which people use the pedestal to describe how they feel about someone and placing someone essentially above them. So one is something based in reality, one is like a reference, so to speak. So you have the de jure meaning, which something is in substance, and you have the de facto meaning, where you can use it as for a metaphor, basically. Okay, so in this picture, what do you see? Based on the definition I just explained, what do you see? A de jure or de facto pedestal? You've got this lady on a pedestal, and this guy is kissing her feet or kissing her legs, and he's bowing down to her. Based on what I explained previously, would this be a de jure depiction of the pedestal, or would this be de facto depiction? This is the second picture. What do you see? De jure, de facto, pedestal. You've got this lady exalted above the man. You've got this man looking up to her, reaching out to her, saying, "You're out of my reach, you're above me." Would that be the de jure or the de facto pedestal? What is the purpose of the pedestal? And when you think about the definition that we just looked at, it's the bottom, it's the bed, it's basically described as the substance. So it's the foundation of things. So a pedestal is the foundation of something. It's the strength to build upon. And this is what made me realize, and this is why I have these pictures here. Okay, right. This is the de jure depiction of the pedestal. The purpose of the pedestal is basically to keep something out of harm's way, especially where it relates to the family. Keeping things out of harm's way, which would be women and children, the most vulnerable in society. So the pedestal is a foundation to build and keep women and children out of harm's way. In this depiction, a Greek statue, you see a mother and a child. Okay, it's not that clear. I stole the picture offline, it's not that great. You have another depiction, mother and child on top of a pedestal. Mother and child can continue a legacy out of danger on behalf of the man that puts them on top of the pedestal. De jure pedestal, again, a mother and child. this lady's breastfeeding the baby, so she's clearly in a vulnerable position. As such, she needs to be placed on a pedestal because she's vulnerable. She needs to be kept out of harm's way and out of danger. Therefore, she requires to be pedestalized. Now, why do certain women get angry and want light-skinned women off the pedestal? Why is that? I've come to the conclusion, well, these couple of conclusions as to why that is. First of all, if you're on a pedestal and you're out of harm's way, you can't be got to. So no one can fight you, can they, if you're on a pedestal? Second of all, no one can hit you, no one can harm you, no one can damage your face, which they like to go for, as depicted here. Also, when you're on the pedestal, your hair's out of harm's way, no gum in the hair, no cutting of the hair, because you're safe. And again, when you're placed on the pedestal, isolation doesn't matter because you've gone into a safety imposed isolation, a bit like Rapunzel. She's in a pedestal, well, a tower, but it symbolizes a pedestal. She's kept out of harm's way, out of reach of others. Now, the other reason why I made this video is because I think a lot of light-skinned men, because of the different environment they've been brought up in, and bearing in mind how you've brought up, I don't believe a lot of men, including light-skinned men, really know why the pedestal is important not only to women but to actually them. So I thought I'd explain why. Now, and the reason why I wanted to explain this is because a lot of other men have kind of decided what this pedestal is. So in this slide, if you look at the picture on the left, where the lady's deified, she's idolized, she's put on a pedestal, and she's become the deity of the man. She's out of reach, and he's trying to get her, and she's looking down on him. And then on the right, you have the lady holding the child up out of harm's way. Why is it men want to perpetuate the picture on the left as opposed to the picture of the right? And I come to the conclusion they want to perpetuate the picture on the right, especially men who from a very dysfunctional background and women from a very dysfunctional background. The men want to conflate these two pictures because of this. Because they want to get this. That's why. Because when you're not protecting your women, this woman now becomes vulnerable and she's now within the reach of other men. And while your women are in the reach of other men, this is the kind of woman you get. Her. And not exactly her, come in different shapes, sizes, colours, but you get my drift. So again, they get this, and you light-skinned men, you get this. Crazy women, mad women, yeah, you don't want that. They also get this beautiful woman, and you get, and they also get this, this, and this. And this is what you get, light-skinned men. This is what you get when you fail to protect and provide for your women. You get the ugly duckling. Now, what I like to call that is the sleight of hand, because the sleight of hand, the sleight of hand denotes it properly because it's a cleverly executed trick or deception. So, sorry, this is the legal terminology of it. There was no English dictionary version definition of the phrase. It's a legal phrase. So A, it's a cleverly executed trick or deception, or B, a conjuring trick requiring manual dexterity. And in some cases, it can be both. It can be the mental and the physical. And that's what that is. When men conflate, oh, never pedestalize a woman, what they're really saying is leave your women of value, unprotected, so now we are able to get to them. So please don't let them fool you, because those type of men are the men that think like this, and they're the same men that think like this. Very sad. And when I was doing the research for this, I found there's actually a lot of communities of men who actually see this for what it is, and they encourage you to give up what is valuable, which is your women and your children, and encourage you to lead a hedonistic lifestyle, because then you have no future. They have future and you do not. So after that, I kind of figured, well, what is it light-skinned women can do about this problem? And I figured it was a simple solution, and that is stay on your pedestal and stay protected. That's it. That's all you have to do, ladies. That's all you have to do. And tasks for the men, you light-skinned men, you've got a few tasks. You've got a bit more than the ladies. So 1, protect your women and children. 2, put them on a pedestal out of harm's way. And 3, stop letting con men talk you into giving up your legacy. Do what you feel is right, not what other people tell you, because these sleights of hand, you think men are helping you, they're not. Men are really here to help themselves. We are here to help ourselves. So, yeah. So just think about that the next time someone tells you, oh, women ain't shit, okay? Okay, so that was my brief little video for you today. So that's finished, and stay focused. The other thing I wanted to quickly say before I go is that I'm going to be doing videos on a Thursday called Tell Your Own Story Thursday, and I will be putting together a video highlighting the great attributes and the great lives of light-skinned people in different industries, doing different things that aren't known in the mainstream, that we don't know, but who are leading really great lives, and they're not doing the status quo things in order to have those great lives, and they're not necessarily around the sort of status quo people in order to have those lives. And I think that's an important thing to see. We've all got our own stories, and I think it's important to tell it, because I think the narrative that's out there is that there's only one way to be, and that's not the truth. That's the truth that people want you to think. But that's another video. Okay, so that's me done, and have a great weekend and evening, and I shall see you later.